Madi, it's the home opener for softball. You guys work out year-round. Don't get to be outside very often, so a day that comes along that's nice. I'll bet you're looking forward to playing these games.
Absolutely. The games the week of are so exciting. I have issues sleeping.
Really?
Like, I stay up so late. I dream about it. I get shaky. I love game days.
What part of that? What's the exciting part of that for you?
I'm a big, team person. I love my team. I truly think that this has been one of the best teams I've ever been on. So knowing that I get to hang out with my team and we're all doing something we love is just so exciting to me.
Yeah, so when you say they're one of the best teams ever, you're not talking about wins and losses here, are you?
Well, it's still early. We've only played a few games, but just the chemistry that this team has is truly unmatched compared to all the competitive teams and high school teams I've played on. It's insane.
Right.
It's exciting.
What is it? Because you've got so many returners, you get such a big team. Does that play a little bit of a role in that?
Yeah, and we all lived together last year. So we were with each other 24/7. We all got to know each other. We know each other's personalities. So we just grew really close.
But sometimes I can go the other way too. I don't want to be sexist about this, but having daughters myself, especially when girls go the other way. What has kept this on track?
I couldn't tell you. It might have to do with coaching. Really, we've never entertained drama. Of course, there's going to be petty fights, but there hasn't been any insane drama that has caused us, to spread apart. It's been a close-knit team from the get-go. So.
Madi Cole is our guest here. We're in between games of the doubleheader with Missouri Valley. What about your time here at North Central? Why did you come, first of all? What attracted you?
So I remember when I first got my text, I was sitting in a Chick-fil-A drive-thru, and Coach Richmond had texted me, and I thought it was a prank. He texted so weird. His grammar was weird. His punctuation, I thought it was a joke. So we set up a visit. I came. It was super fun. My mom loved it for the nursing program, and it was just not too far, but far enough from home.
Right.
So that's what really sold me. I wanted to live on a dorm. Not in a dorm, I guess.
Right.
And so, the campus was cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet any of the players, but it worked out nicely.
Right. And where are you from?
I'm from Excelsior Springs, Missouri. It's about an hour and a half.
So sure. Excelsior, did you play any other sports besides softball?
I played basketball. I was awful at basketball. It was just to stay in condition for softball. Is what we always said.
Sure.
But even just the team aspect, it was nice to have friends throughout school.
I've seen you play, I guess, probably all first base.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your position through high school also?
Yeah, I pitched in high school too.
Okay.
I pitched batting practice at college. It's fun, but I just prefer first base because, you're always active, but pitching is a big mental thing.
Right.
And so I like first base more.
Right. What was the biggest challenge going from high school softball to college softball?
Multitasking. That's definitely it. I underestimated the workload because you might not have as many classes and they might not be as long, but the work that you have to put into your classes to excel is a huge aspect. And in high school, I didn't have a lot of homework in high school, so it wasn't
right.
stuff.
I think I've heard that more consistently from college students than any other answer, that the organizational time management thing is huge.
Yeah.
Is that the number one thing you would tell somebody thinking about playing in college, that's what they have to do to be successful?
Absolutely. And I was actually listening to a podcast on the game yesterday. Softball is it's like a class. If you don't study for that class, you're not going to do good. So if you don't put in the work into softball, you're not going to succeed. So you might have a set practice time, but that doesn't limit to how much effort you can put in. You have to work for it to be good. So.
Right. Madi Cole is our guest. We're between games here. A change in coach this year. What changes have you seen between Steve Richmond and Sarah Van Dyke?
I loved Coach Richmond. He was phenomenal. I love Coach Van Dyke. But last year with Coach Richmond, we really did a lot of the same stuff. It was repetitive. We were in the dairy a lot. But with Coach Van Dyke, we're working a lot more on individual positions and, just making ourselves better. Whereas last year, we kind of worked more as a team. So I like the change this year because it's new and it's fun. And I'm excited for practice. Whereas last year, I kind of knew what we were doing. So.
Right.
Got comfortable.
Sarah brings a lot of energy to practice.
Yeah, and she encourages us to be energetic and hype each other up, which is something last year we didn't have as much.
You're going to graduate this year from North Central, correct?
Yes, this spring.
And then you're going to stay in nursing, and you got some good news about your nursing education
Yeah,
recently.
just a few weeks ago, I got accepted into Missouri Western State University's nursing program.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How difficult is that to do?
It's going to be a very big workload. I work as a CNA right now, part-time, so I kind of have my foot in the door a little bit, but nursing school is going to be tough and it's going to be challenging, but I'm ready for that new adventure.
How about just the getting in part? What was that like?
I cried a lot.
You did?
I was just so worried, and I get anxious. I don't know, feeling like maybe there's someone out there who has better grades than me or, has more to offer than me. So that was scary, but I had an amazing advisor at Missouri Western who let me email her at my convenience and made me feel super.
That's wonderful.
nice.
Yeah, I bet you're looking forward to it.
I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to going to nursing school since I can remember. So I'm
When we talk about athletics, whether you're high school, college, and even some other levels, we talk about teaching young people how to compete and how to. Did that help you as you were trying to apply and going through all the stress and everything? Does athletics really contribute to real life control, I guess?
Absolutely. I've learned so much through playing sports that I wouldn't have got lessons in the real world. Obviously time management. Applying is a big step. It was probably a 2.5 hour long process. There's so many
Wow.
things you have to go through. Yeah, it was long, but knowing that I had people to go to support me was another big thing. Whereas, and I have people, I know people who know people. So I have good links, and that's something that playing softball here has given me that I'm incredibly thankful for.
Finally, as we wrap up, Maddie, tell us please a little bit about your family.
Okay, so my mom's name is Francie and my dad's name is Chris. They're at every single game. They're amazing supporters. My parents are my best friends. I'm very family oriented and I go to my parents for everything. They're divorced, actually, which people don't know because they're with each other at everything. Growing up in such a healthy environment is something that has helped me as a person because, they always put me first, which as I grow older, I know is hard to put aside your differences, but they're huge. They're my best friends.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about their separation,
no,
divorce,
it's okay.
but that sounds like they've made a very good arrangement out of it.
They're so mature. I hope I can grow up and be half the people that they are because
That's fantastic.
they're amazing people.
Brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister, Amanda. Yeah, she's 28, so she's quite a ways older than me, but she's another huge role model in my life. She actually works at the Truman in Kansas City, the event venue.
Right.
And that's not something that's typical. You don't go to college and think, oh, I want to work in the music industry. So I admire her for reaching out on a limb and doing what she's truly passionate about so much. I go to her when I need advice that I know my parents might not, give me just you should
Sure,
do this. My
right.
sister, she plays devil's advocate and she understands my side of things a lot.
That's wonderful. What's her name again?
Amanda.
Amanda. Okay. Finally, as I recall, you had a dog last year, right? Tell us about your dog.
I have a golden doodle named Winston. He's huge now. Last year he was only 10 pounds and he's pushing 60 now.
He doesn't fit in the bat bag anymore, does he?
Oh, no, and he thinks he's a lap dog still. But no, I love him. He's at most of the games too. Yeah, he's really cool. I have another golden doodle too. My mom got one.
Oh, okay.
So now I have two golden
So
doodles.
you've got two fur babies.
Hands are full. Yeah, I go home on weekends partly just to see my dog. But
I can imagine. Hey, have a great year this year, and thanks
Thank
for taking
you.
the time to visit with
I
us.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And we're back with the second game here in just a few moments, so log back in, and we'll have the start of game 2 coming up in a moment.